is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have been watching Pam and Tommy, and I am amazed how much I've loved watching Pam and Tommy. It's freaking awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I will say, by quite a way, the best new thing I've seen this year. Yeah, it's absolutely. I guess we're already in March, but you know, it was surprising good. I just didn't expect it to be any good. I thought it would be trash. Right? I thought it'd be kind of like fun trash, and there is trashy aspects to it, and it's very, very fun. But it's actually a really. It's really great on every level. You know, it's a great love story, but more than anything else, it's a story of wronging somebody and redemption and revenge and you know, petty human activity, which is why I think a lot of it might actually be quite accurate. Who knows? I mean, listen, everything's dramatized, so it's not exactly like things happen, but it feels authentic to me. Like, it feels like it's genuinely authentic, and boy, the quality is through the roof. Anyway, before we get into the review in a more detailed way, can you hit the like button? That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Can you hit the share button? Even more fantastic. If you can imagine something, like, share, subscribe to my channel. YouTube have upped my number of the subscribers they allow. But it's really weird. They still unsubscribe people. I mean, it's so strange. It went from, they let me have like 20 new subscribers a month, around there, and then it went up to 50. And it's not that I got any better or more popular. It's just the algorithm said, "Oh, okay, you can do this now." And I don't know why. I don't know what is in the decision-making process. All I can do is appeal to you. Can you hit the subscribe button? If you're Rumble, hit the Rumble button. That'll be fan-freaking-tastic. Sign up to my Substack. The link is in the video notes below. It's my email newsletter, which I was tardy on this week. But I'm getting ahead of the game, and I hope to be much better on next week and moving forward. And there's a paid version as well where everybody's going to get NFTs, unique NFTs. So if you join in the earlier days, then there's going to be less of them, right? So they're supposed to be more chaseable. It's supposed to be like cryptocurrency. My son has told me many times over, today may be the day where I work out how to make an NFT, right? Today may be that glorious day. Who knows or dares to dream? Fine, like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. I think we covered everything. Do comment, let me know what you think. I think we covered everything. But mostly, go watch this, right? Go watch this show. I'm going to make it mostly spoiler-free because I want you to watch it and I want you to, like, enjoy it as much as I did. There's going to be a mild amount of spoilers, but again, we all kind of know the story, right? We all kind of know the story, but we really don't. And that's why I think this is a really great piece of, what can you call it? Can you call it filmmaking? It's a TV show? Because we all thought we knew the story, but it's the human story is something that I wasn't aware of. So Pamela Anderson, if you're unaware, is a insanely hot woman from the 90s, late 80s, 90s. Became famous in what's the show? Baywatch, right? Baywatch came famous in Baywatch, running in slow motion in a very tight spandex. I can't argue with that. Awfully well endowed young woman. Although I believe she had surgery to make herself a bit bigger. They cover that, and she met and married crazy rocker Tommy Lee, and then before you knew it, there was a sex tape circulating, and most people thought they kind of put it out themselves or they didn't care. I mean, she was in Playboy a lot, so she was kind of like a semi, softcore porn actress. She was very highly sexualized. And people were just like, who cares? Oh, and there was a kind of a morbid curiosity to it, and it went everywhere. It was huge. It was the biggest news. It went everywhere. And now it's 30 years later, 25, 30 years later, and they're looking at it again. And boy, was that not the story that we thought it was. Firstly, and again, I don't know how real this is. Lilly James and Sebastian star in this with Seth Rogen. When I saw Seth Rogen in the titles, I very, very nearly turned off because I really have had enough of Seth Rogen, right? I'm just not interested in. Boy, did he bring it. He was great. Everybody was great in this, particularly Lilly James and Sebastian Stan. Lilly James metamorphosizes into Pamela Anderson and makes her into a real person. Like, for me and for most people my age, I think she was more of fantasy that are on posters than a real person. This actually makes her into a real person, and it's an interesting person. And Sebastian Stan does the same with Tommy Lee. Sebastian Stan looks slightly less like Tommy Lee than Lily James looks like Pamela Anderson. But boy, they both completely inhabit these roles of very, very interesting and extreme people, right? Seth Rogen plays the carpenter who ultimately stole the tape, and they deal with that. Who is it? Nick Offerman is in it as the porn producer director that first started to market the tape and get it out there. And Andrew Dice Clay makes an appearance as the mobster who financed it, right? So the performance is through the roof. Everybody, without exception, through the freaking roof. The story, absolutely fascinating. It starts off, you get the story of how the tape was stolen. Which, now, I'm a freelancer, so I really, really understand this story because I've been there a lot, right? Or sometimes you get clients and they say, we want you to do this job, and you do it, and then they go, oh, yeah, that's great, let's change it and do this. I'm like, well, okay, that's going to be more money. I said, no problem. Now, I don't normally charge till I finish a job. I think these people were the same. There was a carpenter and a contractor doing work on Tommy Lee's house. Essentially, he wanted to make a new sex room so he could have crazy sex with Pamela Anderson, and all the all the way through the first episode, you do hear them in the background having crazy loud sex, right? And Tommy Lee is that client and a lot worse. He's like, and this is not dealing with something digital. This I do promotion, web design, graphic design, video, all that kind of stuff, right? This is something dealing physical. So he spent weeks making this bed, and then he wanted to move it to the left, and he's just an absolute nightmare, and kept racking up charges. And they didn't know how to ask him for the money. And I wanted to reach into the screen, right? I wanted to reach into the screen and say, this is how you do it, right? This is how you deal with that client. Because, if when he asks for money, people get it doesn't matter how rich you are, people always get funny, right? Or people often get funny, right? I find religious Christians are by far the best clients, right? They are like, sure, I'll pay you, no problem, right? They are by far the best clients I've worked with. Mormons as well. But I only worked with I think one or two Mormons, but religious Christians, crazily good, okay, crazily good. So yeah, no, it was all about his ego. You got to say, listen, it's so good. I'm a contractor, and you're Tommy Lee. Have a guess whose life is better. It's Tommy Lee's life. It's better in every freaking way. You're super rich, you're super successful, and you're married to one of the most famous, beautiful women in the entire world, and seems to be having quite a lot of sex with her. That your life is freaking awesome. My life as a contractor sucks ass. I am poor, and I do neither. So I've laid out a lot of money with these different revisions. Plus, I was planning on getting paid because I'm not Tommy Lee, mate. I'm not. You're Tommy Lee. You don't wait for a paycheck. I am. I'm not. So I'm screwed over. Could you help me out? That probably would have worked, but the way it happened, it didn't work, and they ended up getting fired, and it got worse and worse and worse. I'm not going to go into the details because I want you to watch it, right? I want you to watch it. Suffice to say that it was a very egregious parting of the ways, and Seth Rogen's character takes upon himself to bring cosmic justice to Tommy Lee by stealing a safety scene there. So that's another episode. I think that's episode 3. You have the whole plan of how he stole the safe. Also hilarious, also fascinating. Episode 2, freaking awesome. Tells you the story of how Pam and Tommy met, and Pam Anderson's like, I am done with bad boys. Bad boys are not for me. Again, Lily James just fills this role. It's incredible, right? And then she's out at a club drinking, like, no, I'm not going bad boys. And then she meets Tommy Lee, and she's like drools at him, and I think he does at her. It seems to be it is a deep love. Like, they are completely connected, and they're wild, and they're out of control, and they enjoy being wild and out of control. So in this wild, out of control time, they get married. Again, this is the famous story, and they go away on a honeymoon to the honeymoon or vacation, but whatever it is. While they're there, they film this sex tape. Right? They film the sex tape, and now again, seeing this in context, you see it for what it is. It was marketed as porn, when really it was the a deeply intimate and private act of love. Right? It was two people who absolutely adored each other, expressing their love for each other in a kind of like dirty pornish way, which is kind of fun, between two consenting adults. It's kind of fun, I can see them, and they were just enjoying themselves, right? What amazed me is how devastating it was to Pamela Anderson that this tape eventually got out, and that's what the second half of this series is all about. The slow motion repercussions of exploding, and how it destroyed her life, it destroyed her career. It didn't destroy her career, but she was really poised to do well in movies and move into movies, and it just didn't happen. I think a lot of it was about that, and it's. Really, a lot of this is about female empowerment, and it's funny that I would be saying something like that about a show about Pamela Anderson on my channel, and I'm reasonably, I don't know, am I sexist? I don't think so. I'm what people would call misogynistic, because I think that's just, I think all people are equal, right? I just think that women are hot, and I would like to sleep with them. So that makes me misogynistic, and I think Pamela Anderson is super hot, right? But yeah, the real drama of what happened to her is heartbreaking. It's genuinely heartbreaking. And again, it's such a real portrayal. It's such an authentic portrayal of disaster and tragedy and human interaction. The story with Seth Rogen, like a lot of this story comes from his character being interviewed. I think there's sort of a series of articles in Rolling Stone magazine. But I think it really comes out really truly fleshed out and really really truly human. This was a absolute revelation. It was an absolute revelation. I can't recommend it strongly enough. Not for the porny elements, but much more for the quality of story and the quality of storytelling. Just fantastic. Everything's fantastic. So this is a very strong recommend. I let me know what you think. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments what you think, because I just adored this. I think it was great. As I've tried to say. I think I've tried to say absolutely fantastic. Go check it out. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.